The coworker fell right into it. They accessed all 6 files and tried to act on them, thinking they'd struck gold. It leverages a trope elements, fake sensitive content, calculated access by the adversary, and the public reveal. He thought he was being slick, a broken bar logging into my system behind my back. What he didn't know, I knew from day one. And I gave him 6 perfect little traps. Each one designed to look real a broken bar and destroy him from the inside out. You know what the scariest part was? After Brent accessed the files and started leaking insider info around the office, he actually became more popular. Colleagues began gravitating toward him, whispering, pulling him aside for coffee chats, asking things like, "Hey broken bar, is it true about the layoffs? Should I start applying elsewhere? You heard it from Ops name S Drive, right?" I was watching my own reputation erode in real time, all because of data I made up. And Brent? He was eating it up. Acting like the company's unofficial leak, the guy who knows everything. He started walking taller, smiling more, sucking up to executives. One day, I caught him literally in front of the bathroom mirror fixing his tie and saying to another guy, "I wouldn't be surprised if I'm bumped up to senior manager after this merger." Just saying. Senior manager? He actually thought fake documents were a ladder. I went home that night fuming. My fists were clenched the entire bus ride. I knew the trap was working, a broken bar, but I wanted to fast forward to the end. I wanted to see him fall. But I waited. And that's what made it perfect. 1 week later, Brent made the fatal mistake. He forwarded one of the fake merger slide decks to a client. Yes. A real external partner. Apparently, he thought he was doing something smart, trying to cozy up and prepare them for what was coming. His email had words like, "Confidential heads up, just between us. Expect this to go public soon." The client forwarded the email, a broken bar, directly to our VP of sales. And that's when all hell broke loose. Legal got involved. Our CEO was on a flight when he saw it. The head of compliance had to cancel a speaking engagement in Chicago to help handle the situation. Suddenly, everyone was scrambling, asking, "Where did this come from? Who authorized this info? Why does it reference internal documents?" That's when I stepped in. I had already built a dossier. Timeline. Screenshots. Logins. Email headers. Access timestamps. Screen recordings. File fingerprints. Even the fake doc metadata, which showed my initials and embedded digital watermarks. When I walked into that conference room, with HR, legal, IT security, and 2 VPs seated like a tribunal, my heart was pounding, but I felt ready. I opened the file named Operation Paper Trail, Brent's Digital Trail to Self-Destruction. 25 minutes later, no one had any questions. They were stunned. The VP leaned back and said, "This is a broken bar airtight. You created these files intentionally, knowing he'd access them?" I nodded. I suspected unauthorized access. I needed proof. This was the cleanest way to isolate the actor. He nodded back. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. They didn't even let Brent back to his desk. He was intercepted in the lobby. From what I heard later, he denied everything a broken bar until they started opening timestamps and screenshots. When they showed him that the layoff list was fake and contained names of fictional employees, he went silent. They gave him a moment to speak. He said nothing. Security took his badge, walked him to his desk, let him grab a single box. That's all he left with, a box and a silence so loud, people were whispering for hours afterward. 3 weeks later, I got an email from a recruiter I knew in the industry. She asked, "Hey, a broken bar, was Brent involved in something? I just got a weird resume from him, and he didn't list you as a reference." Turns out, he was blacklisted from more than just our company. The compliance board flagged his name in internal advisories. He'd broken several ethical and privacy protocols that made him radioactive. One of our partners even issued a memo. "Do not hire Brent, last name. Major internal breach confirmed." Avoid? A few months later, someone found his LinkedIn profile. He was working retail. Now, here's the twist, I didn't ask for anything. I didn't demand a reward. But when performance reviews came around, my director pulled me into his office. "You exposed a major leak," he said. "Protected company reputation. Avoided lawsuits. And you did it without stirring panic or asking for credit." He paused and smiled. "You think you're ready to manage your own team?" Boom. I was promoted. 6 months later, I had my own office, the one Brent used to sneak past at night while logging into my account. I even got to name my own team. I called them Trapdoor A after the operation that took him down. Sometimes, people mistake kindness for weakness. They think if you're quiet, polite, and focused, you must be easy to outsmart. Brent didn't just steal a login. He tried to hijack someone's trust, reputation, and future. And he paid for it in full. So if you've ever been betrayed by someone who thought they were smarter than you, a broken bar, just remember, you don't have to raise your voice. You don't have to fight fire with fire. Sometimes, all you need a broken bar is 6 perfectly crafted traps. Did this revenge hit the spot for you? Then smash that like button, subscribe, and drop a comment below. What's the most creative revenge plan you've ever heard of? And if you want more true stories of betrayal, justice, and psychological payback, you know where to find us.